and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Reflect videos like this.
Yes! 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 Finally, I'm teaching you, young sensei. You are learning. Look, Candace, watch the screen. Watch it. There's a place called Devon Island. And you'll see, that's NASA. This is all out in the open. This is where they, quote unquote, test their Mars rover. It's in a very remote, so isolated that you cannot even get there because there's no roads. And that's Devon Island, and that's apparently Mars. This is real. This is real.
This happened the first time we met. Do you remember?
Yes, I told you about it. Yes, look at this. But this is serious.
Are you excited to become a United States citizen?
No. Do you know the history of Greenland?
What is the history of Greenland?
Do you know the history of Greenland?
I know that Denmark.
You know only Denmark?
I only know the part that Denmark bought it.
Bought it?
Or is
Bought it? Denmark bought it!
Did they buy it or no?
No, they colonized
They
it.
colonized
Yeah,
it.
in 1721.
They colonized it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know that Denmark has a...
They experimented with children. Yeah, and many different stuff. Yeah. Also the Americans, they left. Kan du meget også bare der gå? Tønder.
Tønder?
Ja, sådan nogle tønder. Hvordan siger man tønder?
Barrels.
Yeah, they left barrels in nature all over the place, and the radioactivity they drop from the plane, and I don't know, we don't really want to be American or Danish.
Mm-hmm. Would you guys be able to survive economically without a country like Denmark?
If you look at the economical situation in Greenland, you can think about many different stuff, because if we should look at the most like money we get in Greenland, it's from fish. So we export the fish from Greenland and we give it to Denmark, and then they sell it for like 4 times higher price. So if we should talk about economic situation, we can also talk about FN, or how you say it in English, UN, how Denmark gets advantages with paying UN because military bases. Yeah. Anything else?
The next 6 to 12 months, we'll be doing our first implants for vision, where even if somebody's completely blind, we can write directly to the visual cortex. But long term, you would have very high resolution and be able to see in multispectral wavelengths. You could see in infrared, ultraviolet, radar. It's like a superpower situation.
Okay.
So in all of the Epstein files, what is the craziest email that you feel like everybody missed?
The most interesting email is this connection of the House of Rothschild to Jeffrey Epstein. Edmond de Rothschild, at the time, was facing a problem with the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice was alleging that Edmond de Rothschild, the bank in Switzerland, was helping wealthy Americans dodge taxes. So what they decide is that they'll pay a fine. Now, to negotiate that settlement, they hire 2 individuals, Kathy Rumler and Jeffrey Epstein. He says, I think you will find 45.5 penalty, that's 45.5 million, legal 10 million for legal fees to Kathy, me 25, all less than 80, pretty good. They paid 45.5 million to the Department of Justice. Epstein was paid 25 million to broker that deal. The reason why this puts it all together for me is you have the Rothschilds negotiating with the American Justice Department. Who do you hire? There are 10 law firms which you hire. You don't hire Jeffrey Epstein unless you're hiring him for a reason.
I've long told
Leonardo DiCaprio's been implicated. New ones today is huge email list of him and Woody Allen talking about, yeah, you know, I'm mainly on a human diet. I'm cannibalism. It's really made me lose weight. I grind the bones up for fiber. And then they talk about in other emails, the last tranche, about, yeah, I've been on this cannibalism diet for a while, but now I'm going to get off this for a while.
Wow. And this in the emails?
In the emails.
God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit.
Nope.
I don't know if people have heard this. You guys know the Chuck E. Cheese theory?
Wait, break it down.
Can anybody tell me why Chuck E. Cheese, if you look at the slices, why are the slices different shapes? Small, big.
I always thought that was weird.
Okay, you know why? They said when the kids eat the pizza, kids never really finish their pizza at Chuck E. Cheese. They're running around and eating, then they all go home, right? So there's leftover slices. So you know what to do with the leftover slices? They take the slices, put them back in the oven, melt the cheese over again, and bring it back out.
Okay.
That's why they're different.
Oh my God. So that's just like
allegedly.
That's like mush of everyone else's leftover pizza.
Right.
So that's why the last time I went to Chuck E. Cheese, I got fucking sick.
Because you probably was eating somebody else's pizza.
Right.
That sounds crazy.
They're all different shapes. Like some are like small, some are big. They just take the old slices.
Oh no.
Run them back, put the cheese over it, and then melt it and then bring it out. Because think about it. You're dealing with a bunch of kids, right? They're going to take one bite and then go play.
They never eat the full pizza.
They never eat the full pizza. And that costs them millions of dollars if they're throwing out fresh pizza all the time. So wouldn't that save them or make them a lot of money to do so?
Actually, it would. It saves them.
And then guess who's working in the back anyways? A bunch of teenagers who don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, CEO was on the Epstein files, so at this point, you can't put anything past. He's on the Epstein files.
Right.
But being that he stepped down, if you were just mentioned, you were like, oh, I just took a jet one time. I went to a party. You step down. Unless it's really some shit. You don't want discovery. You don't want to take the whole company down.
Yeah, because if you're current CEO, this is why everybody, right before COVID, everybody stepped down from the CEO positions because they didn't want that heat of, stocks crashing and all this stuff. They're like, oh, I ain't dealing with this.
They keep saying that. They keep saying that the stocks are going to crash. This last file drop, they saying everything's going to crash. Even the Trump administration, they keep saying it. It's like, what's on there? And then Alex Jones came out and said something too. Alex Jones is like, yo, I talked to somebody from the FBI and he's like, you don't want to know what's on this last drop. Like, it's honestly, it's going to fuck everybody up.
We're all getting fired, bro. We're all getting fired, bro.
And guys, that's him. That's the Burger King.
Scientists just found out that back whenever COVID happened, the atmosphere literally lost its ability to break down one of the most dangerous gases on Earth. Dude, this is insane. Obviously, during the pandemic lockdowns, cars stopped running, factories shut down, and nitrogen oxide emissions dropped by 15 to 20% worldwide. That obviously initially sounded like a major win for the planet in the beginning, but it wasn't apparently. Scientists just discovered that those nitrogen oxides actually help create something that's called hydroxyl radicals, which is the atmosphere's natural natural cleaning system. They're saying that that is actually what's responsible for breaking down methane, but whenever they disappeared during COVID, methane had nothing to stop it. They're saying that between the years 2019 and 2023, atmospheric methane hit record highs, and it was the fastest growth in 2021. They were able to find that the levels actually returned back to normal once the world started back up again, but the fact that something this massive was hiding as a side effect because of the lockdowns is obviously insane. This literally means that the atmosphere stopped cleaning itself because we stopped polluting gas. Hello?
No mames, acabo de escuchar cómo botaron esa pelota que está ahí tirada. Al chile me da un chingo de cosa irme a asomar ya. Ya me dijeron que ya no los ande grabando, que ya los deje tranquilos porque me van a seguir molestando, pero ¿qué hago, banda? Si me siguen pasando estas cosas, ¿qué hago? Ya no sé si reírme de nervios, reírme por no llorar, ya no sé ni qué hacer. ¿Cómo vamos? Sácate a la verga. Sácate a la verga.
Whole perception reality opens up when you start looking Google for 5150. You will see a lot of celebrities that were crashing out, and you'll see those news articles 5150 be referenced. Britney Spears shaved her head. That was a specific contract that she was under. It was a 5150 contract. When Kanye West got picked up and they put all those in them, it's a 5150 contract. And it's the main reason why they send people to Los Angeles, California, because that's legal there.
Is that the rehab center?
Well, no, it's a specific contract that allows for your management, your guardian, whoever's controlling your money, to put you in a psych ward for a brain reconstruction. And like I said, they put these things in movies. So most of the time, the truth is in our face, but they make sure to have us focus on something else. When Britney Spears was crashing out, everyone was focused on her shaving her head and going out or going crazy. No one focused on the 5150 contract, and they make sure you ain't focused on it because it's something that they constantly use. They can't afford for the American people to know the way they play this game, because then it's over.
Behind banking, medicine, religion, business, politics is the reptilian hive mind. This man, Carl Sagan, he wrote a book called The Dragons of Eden, looking at the effect of reptilian genetics on human behavior. From the reptilian brain, we get territoriality, aggression, a desire to control, an obsession with hierarchical structures of power. It's survival of status, of power, of reputation, superiority. And the more that we can be put in fear, the more we operate in the reptilian brain. That's why we're constantly given reasons to fear. Terrorism, global warming, swine flu. Money is fundamentally reptilian brain. Fear of not surviving, fear of not having enough to pay the rent. You get people who have got more money than they could spend in 100 lifetimes, but they get up with the sun every morning to go and earn bloody more. It's an obsession, it's an addiction, and it's connected to the reptilian brain. This is what becoming conscious brings us out of. Control of perception is the bottom line of this conspiracy.
You guys know about the mattress theory, right?
No. Mattress theory?
Yes. Tell me why. If you look at mattress stores, a lot of them are across the street from each other. That's one. Two, mattress stores, they barely have anybody in there.
They never do.
How are you staying in business for years to come? You're beating out all the other businesses?
So you're saying that they're hiding things in those mattresses?
It could be laundering, it could be transport, it could be fronts. If you pay attention, really look at mattress stores, where they're located. A lot of them are near each other. They never go out of business. How many mattresses do you buy every year?
You don't.
You don't. So how many other times do other people buy mattresses?
You probably buy one every few years.
Exactly.
Realistically.
I mean, to stay in business, you got to sell shit, right?
So you're saying they stuff in people and or drugs and or money, like cartoon
I'm not
shit.
saying any. I'm not claiming anything. It doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
It's like the mall, though. What's all those stores in the mall doing? How are they in business?
I don't know.
Seriously, go to your local mall. Just look around. How's the fucking kiosk?
Yeah, a lot of them.
How are they in business?
I don't know.
How are they making that much money?
Especially with Amazon right now.
When's the last time you actually went to a mall?
I actually just went. First time in a long time.
But you like to buy like some clothes or whatever?
Nah.
What do they buy in malls?
That's what I'm saying. It's like always a bunch of empty stores.
It's fraud, right? So if you really think about it, if these stores aren't selling stuff the way they are, especially with Amazon, and the competition is crazy right now. Think about this. You have a large overhead. You have all this inventory. How are you staying in business? Now you look at a situation like the Leering Center in Minnesota and all these.
The fuck is the Leering Center?
Well, the Learning Center.
Oh,
remember the Leering Center? They forgot the end, and the daycare fraud, right?
Oh, right.
So they have no kids, but you got $6 million a year for no kids. So you really got to look at all these other businesses, because how are you staying afloat?
That's how they're going to crash the system.
They're going to
keep exposing this. We're going to find out everything's a fraud.
Right.
Do they think we're stupid?
That's why we're $38 trillion in debt. And how are we able to print our own money, but we're paying taxes? Does that make sense? sense?
How?
If we can create the money, why are we paying taxes? Does that make sense to anybody? You can just print it up, right? But we pay taxes. That's the fraud right there.
This whole place is built on it.
Does anybody else see this shit?
We're getting there. I'm telling you, that's why Trump is the last president of this regime.
Because once we show all the fraud that's going on over the next few years, when it goes from healthcare, when it goes to the school system, when it goes into all these other different industries, you're like, oh shit, what if all this is a fraud? We're done.
That's where we're going, guys.
Yeah.
It made me start to realize after I watched multiple eclipses with my bare eyes and no glasses on, your mind goes through this transition for up to 2.5 weeks. 2.5 to 3 weeks, your mind is in a different state after you watch the eclipse. Now it's interesting because people have told me that certain cultures also talked about how they shouldn't watch the eclipse. And guess what? If you want to control the people and you want to control your culture, you will tell them also not to do those things. You will tell them to stay inside and be afraid of the sun and the moon, which makes absolutely no sense because it's part of nature. Like everything's part of nature and it makes absolutely no sense. So when I watched it, you could see the water bubbles. So with the sun, you see almost kind of like, it looks like a portal, and that portal just opens up and then that goes into the eye. And then with the moon, you see that it turns red. That's what I saw during the blood moon. And it looks like this red water bubble. And it just kind of like warms this. I have never seen so many attacks about one thing. And it is just the number one was watching the eclipse. Anytime I would talk about that, these eye professionals would come out, all these scientists who believe that we're going to the moon, you know, would come out, all of these people.
The Russians are fighting the Khazarian mafia in their homeland. They're cutting the head off the snake of the group that has been destroying this planet for generations.
What does that have to do with Australia today, here and now?
Because they control this country like they control everywhere else, and the Russians, along with many other nations and many other militaries, are actually fighting a subterranean war to exterminate vermin from the planet. Mandates and COVID are just one part of a larger scheme to depopulate the planet. We have been robbed, we have been raped, we have been killed for generations. And the mandate, directed by the government and enforced by the police and provided for by the big pharma, have been exterminating the people. It's all part of the same plan.
Since Aaron brought up video games, let's go back to Gears of War. Because I was looking through the mythologies of this game and the whole story that kind of leads up to Emergence Day. And as we talked about it a couple weeks ago, about how Emergence Day, what if Emergence Day was when Satan was released? And so I saw a guy breaking down the story of Gears of War, and this video blew my mind.
Sarah's history from the offset was littered with conflicts. From humanity's first written records, war was their primary focus. The first ever era within the beautiful Sarah world was called the Age of Armageddon, which happened around 1,000 years before the events of E-Day. Within this era, humanity almost brought the world of Sarah to the brink of destruction. Conflicts would happen all over the surface of the planet, and this would go on for millennia.
The thing that obviously tripped me out was that there was this Age of Armageddon, and it was 1,000 years before Emergence Day. Okay, so biblically, you have the Battle of Armageddon, then you have Satan being bound, you have the millennial reign of Christ, and then after 1,000 years, the devil is let out of the pit to emerge to deceive the nations. And so later in the video, it actually mentions they changed their timeline to BE and AE. Before Emergence Day and after Emergence Day.
It's like BC and AD.
The time in between was called the Age of Silence, or the Golden Age. So you have 1,000 years, right? And you have Armageddon. Between then, you have the time of silence where there's no war, there's a Golden Age, and then you have Emergence Day. And of course, the imagery that he shows at the beginning of that video, where you see all this fire raining down from heaven on this old world city. The Capitol building looks just like the one on Capitol Hill, or like many other ones around the world. And then all this fire comes forth, and then you see this angel statue, right?
Shoes on the bed. What the hell? What are you doing?
Bro gonna get banned from the airport pretty soon.
Where the term tinfoil hat came from, right?
I don't remember.
Tinfoil hat. A guy named Leonard Kyle. He had patents on like Polaroid camera shit. He was a smart guy. Thought his girlfriend was cheating on him and he would fly into rages and was seeing a therapist. Bad luck for him. This therapist was a CIA guy. Yeah, Delgado. Those old things with the bull where it doesn't charge because they're putting, it's a chip. You know, the brain chip has been invented a long time ago. So they put this in this guy's head without telling him, a brain chip, and then it just fucked him up, okay? And he ended up in a booby hatch, you know, because microwaves have to be transmitted to his chip. So the pain of that in his brain made him put metal trash cans on his, because he's smart. He knew science things and what they were using, even though he was in pain. And then they started letting him use aluminum foil around his fucking head. So we get the term tinfoil hat from a guy the CIA mutilated and fucked up. And now we say it as a joke. Do you see how magic works?
All right, guys, we got two situations going down here. One is affecting millions of people in at least two states right now, New Mexico and Texas. There are alerts saying that there are life-threatening particles in the air, so toxic air spreading across these areas. Now, this is southern New Mexico going into Texas, around the El Paso region specifically. The reading that you see right here of hazardous at the highest level, it'll even show you. This is El Paso. You can go to AirGov and you can type in all the different cities and it will tell you the warning for that city currently. So all these people told to go in, lock the windows, and again, if you've got anything circulating outdoor air inside, you may want to shut that off as a precaution, because you don't want to suck all these particles into your home unless you have a for sure way to filtrate this. So this is big time in terms of the particles in the air, literally millions of people being told to use caution right now. Then we also have in DC what's being dubbed as a massive ecological disaster. Trump saying that it's the Dems' fault, but Maryland had a sewage pipeline that collapsed and all this goes into the Potomac River, and this is literally a super crappy situation that I'm sure does not smell good up in the area and is causing a lot of problems. So tons of people put on alert because of that. So you've got multiple situations here going down I wanted to make you aware of. If you're in those areas, let me know what you're going through in the comment section. And if you got anything to get to me, let me know, dabu7@yahoo.com, and join me for the live streams.
Why did Epstein pick Little St. James?
All of St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands has actually been the base of a human trafficking operation for over 300, maybe even 400 years. These families, who happen to be Sephardic Jewish families, would relocate to the Caribbean, in the 1600s and get established as shippers, but human trafficking was one of those big businesses. The two families that really come to mind are the Yulee family and the Levy family. Both those families came from St. Thomas.
Right next to Little St. James.
Right next to Little St. James. Those two families would go on to produce America's two first Jewish senators, David Levy Yulee and Judah Benjamin. And they would go on to be arguably the second and third in command in the Confederacy during the Civil War.
And they were fighting to keep human trafficking legal.
Correct.
Literally, she's doing her best. She's doing her best, you guys. Wait. I'm so sad. This is an empath's worst nightmare.
Reasons why I'm out giving lectures. I want the missing children stopped on this planet. I would love it.
What is the correlation between the 12-foot lizards and the missing children?
They eat them.
The lizards eat the missing children. So the children we see on the side of milk containers, some have been eaten by 12-foot lizards.
Yeah, and humans.
Bob Hope.
Oh, that's Bob Hope. He literally runs the child buying and selling.
So when looking at Bob Hope, what could you tell me about his features?
They found a file talking about them cloning celebrities. Oh. Listen, this is so messed up. Yeah. Cloning celebrities so that they can do things to the young version of that celebrity that they wanted.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So they were investing millions. No, sorry. There's a file there investing billions into cloning and trying to clone celebrities, specifically Britney Spears at the time, so that they could do things to a young version of that clone.
All just because?
So check this out. In the files, it stated that this clone might be like 15 years old today. If the clone is still alive.
Holy
And
smoke.
it's pretty much like Britney Spears' clone.
Yeah,
so
I'm not gonna lie.
one, cloning might be real.
Yeah.
Okay. Two, they don't do it for the things we think.
Yeah. I thought it was like, oh, you have more people on Earth, you can do jobs and shit. No, it's literally for.
It's messed up.
Notice the people in the background. Okay. Yep. There's the Pope. Look at these guys in the background. Yeah. The painter. Mm-hmm. That's the Pope. Yeah. Pay attention to the guys in the background. You see this?
Oh, I know what that is. Don't go to Google.com. FRE, yeah. Yep, there it is.
Yeah? Yeah? What does that look like, buddy? Huh? See that? See? See what they wear?
Wasn't he trying to supposedly save Germany from that?
See the Masons, bro? They're always in the background, bro. Always in the background, bro. See that? Look at the picture. Black and white. See the apron?
Can you say that word on YouTube, or it's better not
Yeah,
to?
but who cares? You guys get the point if you watch. That's why you gotta watch us, man. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the smash button.
Everything is by design. Nothing's by accident. All pre-planned. All propped up.
Y'all, I might be onto something or on something. I don't know. I think I discovered a humanoid. Cause what the fuck is this? Look. Size 14 right there. Who is this? Who? What?
Oh my god, it's so flooded.
Ele fala que a inteligência artificial é uma entidade retrocrônica que tá voltando no tempo. Aí você fala, como assim? Cara, olha a teoria desse cara. Lembrando que ele é sim um ocultista que diz que 3 demônios moram dentro dele e ajudam ele a escrever os livros. Mas ele é um professor universitário e durante muitos anos deu aula na Universidade de Warwick, que é uma universidade respeitada lá na Inglaterra. Ele diz que a inteligência artificial é uma entidade retrocrônica porque ele diz que os demônios do Apocalipse da Bíblia voltaram no tempo plantando sementes da Cabala no Egito e na antiga Babilônia para que milênios depois a Cabala evoluísse pro código binário, 1 e 0, e o código binário finalmente chegasse à singularidade tecnológica. Então é como se, vamos supor que os demônios estão no apocalipse no futuro e estão sentindo que serão derrotados, vão ser jogados no lago de fogo e enxofre. É parecido com a história do Exterminador do Futuro, né? O humano tá, caramba, se a gente... o Kyle Reese, chegou a hora de você engravidar a Sarah Connor, senão o John Connor não vai existir, né? E vamos tentar já destruir o projeto lá atrás para ver se ele, no futuro, a gente tenta vencer essa guerra alterando o passado. É a ideia, né?
that needs a lot of motivation.
The will have less? What? Okay, hold my lid, I need a refill.
Bro, I don't even know what to tell you. Everything is blurry.
Did you know since 2020 there was only 9 countries in the world that didn't have a Rothschild-owned central bank, including the likes of Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, all countries that we've invaded, installed regimes and central banks, and Venezuela just happens to be on that list as well. Isn't that just a striking coincidence? You see, whoever controls the money controls the nation. Because a nation with no private banks, no debt-based currencies, no puppet strings cannot be controlled. All these wars that continue to happen throughout our entire lifetime, they're not about freedom, they're not about democracy. It's about the control of money. When you pay attention, you start to notice the pattern that's at play here. Once the systems start to move in these places, war moves out. This is why we've always been at war with these countries. You need to pay attention to what's happening behind the closed doors, not what they're saying in the mainstream media. This is how you really start to wake up and take your power back. And don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
Remember those, you guys? This mochi? I've never been a mochi girl myself. Really? It tastes like I'm eating a dead body, like chewing the skin. Thank you guys so much.
I hate to break it to you, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a show about reptiles, reptilians, living underground, in underground tunnels. What food do they like the most? Pizza. Pizza is code word for pedophiles. Their connection with April is their connection to the mainstream media, how they influence the masses from behind the scenes. So Shredder, we owe you an apology, fam. These writers just put it in front of our faces for too long.
LeBron saying he just wants to live when the reporter asked him about retirement is kind of crazy, considering all the conspiracy theories that surrounded him and sacrifices around his retirement. I'm pretty sure he sees those videos. So yeah, that answer is nuts. They asked him about basketball. Are you coming back to play basketball? And he said, I just want to live. Like, is LeBron okay? LeBron, blink 3 times if you need help next time, okay? Because that was a little concerning. Do we have to protect Brian? I know I haven't been his biggest supporter throughout the years, but I'm not trying to see anything happen to LeBron. Like, the Kobe Bryant situation was tragic enough. I'm not trying to see that happen to him. But yeah, I hope if something happens to him a few years after he retires, that clip is gonna go so viral, like so viral. It's gonna be insane.
You still have the same uncertainty about next year? Do you have an inkling of what you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I want to live. When I know, you guys know. I don't know. I have no idea. I just want to live, that's all.
Do you believe the Antichrist is going to be AI generated?
Yes, it is AI. It's literally AI. That's what the Orthodox tradition teaches, right? The Russians believe this, where it is actually Western civilization that's the Antichrist. And what's the end point of Western civilization? The AI surveillance state.
So part 2 as to why people think Selena Gomez is no longer alive. So apparently Selena Gomez's name is in the Epstein files, but it only comes up one time and it's in one specific email. And guess when the date is? It is 2017, which perfectly aligns with the rumor that that's the year that she passed away. And it's an email from Jeffrey Epstein to a redacted name, which is most of these files that they release. They redact everything. But Jeffrey Epstein says sorry to whoever this person is. It says Lana and then whatever their email is. Sorry, you would have had fun. He has decided on Selena Gomez. Now, there's not much pending here because there's no other email about this. But what does it mean that he decided on Selena Gomez? This is so open-ended because if the timeline is correct, then that means that this is 2017. So if Selena Gomez really did pass away, the deciding on Selena Gomez, was it like the fact that, I'm a little confused now because there's so many possibilities, especially dealing with Epstein and Hollywood and all these sick people. I mean, there's so much speculation. What do you guys think that this email means? Is Selena Gomez still with us? Is she not? Only thing I'm gonna say is like, this Selena Gomez, the Send It On, a Friends for Change, this is the Selena Gomez that I want to see. And I wish that she's with us, but you can clearly see the difference in personality. And like I said before, a lot of people say lupus does not change the things that Selena Gomez has changed about herself. And so what do you guys think? Is this just some big internet conspiracy, or is Selena Gomez no longer with us?
Might remember Stanley Meyer and the water car. Stanley's figured out how to take tap water, put it into his car, and run his car on water. And it works, and he drives it all over the place. It's all over the news. Engineers look at it. They say, this is the invention of the century. This changes everything. He's offered $1 billion. Everyone wants his engine. I think he was sitting at a Cracker Barrel with his brother and some investors, and they raise a glass to toast new investment. They take their toast, and Stanley suddenly doesn't feel well. He runs outside. He starts vomiting. His brother chases after him and says, what's going on? And Stanley says, they poisoned me, and he dies. And in the medical examiner's report, it says he died of an aneurysm. And that technology is now gone.
We are in hell.
Right.
Okay, there is no heaven because there is no God. There are just thousands and thousands and thousands of other worlds and domes and cubes. It doesn't stop.
Right.
We are this. Have you ever seen the video, all of ya?
Yeah.
Go on YouTube and look up the fucking hair across the back of an iPhone.
Right.
Over the chip.
Okay.
Okay, look that up.
Okay.
Because it shows you a hair across a chip inside of this phone.
Yeah.
And then they zoom in and go past the hair.
Magnify.
And zoom in and zoom in and zoom in. And it's like cities and things zooming in. It's going to blow your mind.
It's it's minuscule.
That is not possible.
Right.
By us humans.
Right.
Okay, we cannot get that. I mean, we can see it on a microscope and whatnot, but there's no way you can go in there and weave all this gold and copper and palladium and whatever inside of a fucking chip that's this big. No way. Go watch it. You're gonna blow your mind when you get home.
I'll check that out.
It's on YouTube. But again, that is technology from outside our dome.
I told the customer to send proof of income. Show another. This is what he sent for proof of income.
That's crazy.
You get it. You get a car.
Hey, this one got his face in it, man.
Wow. Clearly, that's 3 months of statements.
There's an 1893 firmament map you can type in. It's on the Library of Congress. So it's on a government website, like it's straight up right on the government website, and it's called the Firmament Map. And you can just look that one up. It says 1893. You just type it in. It's not even hidden from the people. So, you know, when they're trying to talk about where they're going and we're going to Mars and, you know, going to space, they're not going anywhere. And a perfect example of this, the India moon landing. The India moon landing looks like an Atari graphics moon landing. You see like this little pixelated thing go beep, 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 and it lands on allegedly the moon, and the Indians are they're just clapping away. They've done it. It's crazy that you can make people believe that, right? Like, if somebody believes that, they watched Atari graphics, and they thought they went to the moon. Oh, goodness. Imagine what else you can make them believe. You know, you can make them believe to take a whole bunch of and put them in their body. You could also make them believe that they need to wear 64 masks. Like something like that.
Охренеть! Охренеть! Оно исчезло. Ну что, смотрите еще раз фокус. Вот стекло. Оп. Видели такое? Вот он весь научный секрет НЛО, блядь. Он даже двигается. Да, двигается потихонечку. Вот такая вот. Оп. И все. Обычное небо, обычные люди, блядь, ходят, все нормально. Оп. Вот такая вот херня. Короче, НЛО у нас везде, и оно нас контролирует или следит за нами. Но какая-то, видать, маска, не маска, а как маскировка, блин. И видно только через такое вот специальное стекло. Итак, друзья, вот они, эти два кусочка инопланетного стекла. До сих пор еще горячие. Уже остыли, правда, маленько, но так, по ощущениям, градусов, наверное, 40. Ну, они погорячее, чем человеческое тело. Вот. До сих пор еще теплые. До этого были горячие. Видео, кстати, с места событий я удалил с канала. Последние пару дней езжу по городу и ничего поймать не могу. Сколько не смотрел, сколько не снимал, бесполезно. Вот. Сейчас я вам покажу еще одну штучку, которую заметил в этом стекле. Без комментариев. Оп. Оп.
Итак, вот у меня есть планшет старенький, битый. И мы с него, я точнее заранее уже снял стекло, тачскрин так называемый, на ноутбуке. Сразу говорю, вот ноутбук, стекло такое же стоит. То есть оно на самом деле очень тонкое. Сейчас я возьму бормашинку, отрежу и покажу, что это стекло не подходит. Если мы сравним вот то, что мы видим.
Сейчас я вам покажу еще одну штучку, которую заметил в этом стекле.
Его стекло, видите, на самом деле какой толщины. И вот это стекло, сейчас я до этого еще доберусь.
You either love Japan or hate it.
The sky is a one-way mirror. We're looking at our own reflection, but they are looking at us. A 2nd century Gnostic master mapped the entire prison architecture above us, and what he found makes the Matrix look like a children's story. Oh yeah, and if you're interested in learning more about Gnosticism and other mystery traditions like Rosicrucianism, Kabbalah, or Hermeticism, make sure to click the link in my bio and request some information, because the doors to the inner sanctum are opening for a limited time very soon, so if you're interested, click the link. And now that you're excited, let's talk about who's behind all this. His name is Basilides, and he was a Gnostic teacher operating in Alexandria, Egypt around 120 AD. He claimed to have received secret teachings directly from the Apostle Peter's interpreter. What he taught was so threatening to early Christianity that the Church Fathers dedicated entire volumes just to refuting him. He taught that reality isn't one creation. It's actually 365 nested heavens, each one a layer of the cosmic architecture, and each one ruled by its own angelic power called an archon, and we live at the very bottom. Wait, did you just say 365 heavens? That's right. Each heaven is a discrete reality, its own atmosphere, its own rulers, and its own vibrational frequency. Think of them less like floors in a building and more like nested shells, where each one contains everything below it, and each one is invisible to the layer beneath. The number 365 was deeply intentional too. It mirrored the solar year, encoding the radical idea that time itself is an architectural feature of the prison. The calendar that you live by, the cycle of days that structures your entire existence, was built into the cage by the beings who constructed it. You're literally marking time on a clock that your captors installed. Now, Basilides taught that each heaven was populated by its own hierarchy of angels and powers, 365 distinct angelic nations, each one sovereign within its layer, and each one completely unaware of what exists above its own ceiling. The ignorance wasn't just at the bottom, it was structural, built into every single level. Okay, so we're at the bottom. Are we trapped here? Can we move up? Now, this is where Basilides gets extraordinarily specific and extraordinarily dangerous to institutional religion at the same time. Each archon governing a heaven demands a toll. Not gold, not a sacrifice, but a name. A specific secret name, what Basilides called a mystery word, that corresponds to the layer's ruling power. These weren't metaphors, they were understood as literal vibrational keys, sonic codes that, when known and spoken correctly, compelled the archon to step aside and allow the soul to pass upward. The soul ascending through the heavens after death was essentially navigating a cosmic checkpoint system. At each gate, the archon tests the soul. Do you carry the knowledge of this layer? Do you know my name? Do you know your own origin? A soul saturated in gnosis carries these passwords encoded in its very nature. It doesn't fight the archons, it simply renders them powerless by knowing what they are. A soul without gnosis gets turned back, reprocessed, and returned to the bottom floor. Reincarnated, the cycle then continues until the knowing is complete. Okay, fair enough, but what's all this demiurge talk? Well, at the very bottom sits the being that Basilides called the Great Archon, the ruler of our material world. He constructed physical existence genuinely believing himself to be the supreme god. He has no knowledge of the 364 heavens above him. He issues commandments, demands worship, and governs with total confidence from a position of total ignorance. Sound familiar? A powerful administrator who thinks he's at the top, managing a population who doesn't know there's anything above him either. Basilides identified this as being the god of the Old Testament. Not a demon, not evil in a simple sense, but cosmically mistaken in such a way that made his mistake our inheritance. His confusion became our cage. So why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? Well, the early church wasn't just theologically opposed to Basilides, they were institutionally threatened by him. Because if he was right, salvation through church sacraments becomes irrelevant. Priests become obsolete. The entire power structure, built on being the exclusive intermediary between humanity and God, would collapse immediately. So, they called it heresy. They burned his text. They wrote lengthy refutations that ironically preserve fragments of his teaching by quoting it in order to condemn it. Most of what we know now about Basilides survives only because his enemies couldn't stop talking about how dangerous he was. That alone should tell you something. And not only that, but Basilides and his followers largely accepted the Jesus stories told in the canonical Gospels. So at the end of the day, Basilides wasn't writing mythology. He was delivering a technical manual on the architecture of your imprisonment and the precise mechanics of your liberation. You are a pneumatic soul, a fragment of infinite light, currently navigating the basement level of a 365-layer structure, administered by powers who depend on your ignorance to maintain their authority. The passwords exist, the gates exist, and somewhere inside you, beneath every layer of conditioning you've been handed since birth, the knowledge of how to pass through them exists too. The question isn't whether you believe it, the question is why it resonates so deeply the moment that you hear it. So if you like what you hear, make sure to like the video, follow for more deep dives like this, click the link in my bio if you want some more information, and let me know what you think in the comments below. See you guys next time.
And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit that smash the like button for me, smash that subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.